Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is the part 2 of my QR code attendance application. In part 1, I explained already how to use this application, how the application works for downloading time card and for creating a QR code and for doing clock in and for doing clock out. So I would suggest before you watch this video, please watch the part 1. All right. So let's proceed now how to create this QR code attendance app. So let's go to our database and let's create our database first. So let's open a new Google Sheet. Then once we open a new Google Sheet, what we're gonna do is the first thing that we need to do is we're gonna create first this admin access. So we're gonna create this wallpaper and then the icon. Okay. Please note that this application is intended to use in mobile device. All right. This is good to use in mobile device. However, we're gonna create this using the desktop. All right, so let's first create this admin access. So I'm gonna name this as QR or timesheet. Okay, so I'm gonna name this database, and then the first table I'm gonna make is I will name it as home. Then here I'm gonna keep it as a title. Then I'm gonna just delete the remaining columns. So here you have an option to upload a photo in for this. So I'm gonna just use a photo in the internet. Let's say I'm gonna use this, copy image address. I'm gonna just paste it here and good to go. Okay. Now what we'll do is to upload this data. So I'm gonna create a new app. So I'm gonna timesheet timesheet app. So I'm gonna name this as timesheet app. Then I'm gonna choose the data. So I'm gonna upload this timesheet application QR code. So this is the database that I just created. So the first table that we need to add is the home, which is the here, this one. So just wait, close this, and then let's review the this one. So the key column, keep it as key. Then here I'm gonna keep it as image. Okay. Then let's create a UX. So in home, I'm gonna keep it as a detail and keep it in reference view. Then centered, background. Then the main image, keep it as title. Then disable this. And then here in the admin access, we have to rename this. So you have to go to home detail. And then this one, I'm gonna just centered background. Then main image is title. Then I'm gonna just display name here. I'm gonna name this as admin access. All right. Then don't forget this table, keep it as read only. All right. Then let's go to the UX and add a new view. This time click dashboard type. Then I'm gonna name this as admin access. Then I keep it in the rightmost. Then add entries, home detail, then keep it as wide. Then I'm gonna change the display, let's say admin. I'm gonna use this icon. Then I want to go to brand. I want to keep it as a dark mode. Then app logo. Let's say we're gonna use this app logo. Then goes like that. And then this admin access, we have to give a restriction in this. So go to the display and then we're gonna show only this view if its user rule is equals to admin. So how to set this user rule? So whenever you share this application, if you go by here, so here app rule, there is user and there is admin. So if this is an admin user, he can access this view. So if you go here, let's review. So this admin access, it's here. Let's close this one. No, just minimize this and let's open this in the big screen. All right. So now what we're gonna do is to add an icons here. So same with our finish application. There is an icon here. So we're gonna add some icons here. So the first thing that we're gonna add is the staff. So this is the database for the staff. This is also where we're gonna generate our QR code. So in the staff, we have employee ID. This is the row key name, and then their QR code. Then I'm gonna just delete the rest of the table. So in this table, guys, it's not only limited to these three columns. You can also add, let's say, the photo of the staff, the position, section. So any columns you can add here. So in this video, I'm just gonna create three columns. Then we're gonna add this in our app editor. Okay. So stop list, add this table. Then we're gonna review this. Okay. Then I just need to do something. I just need to copy the formula for QR code here in our finished product. So, okay, okay. Now, since we added this top list, you have to view the column. Then here in the employee ID, we'll keep it as unique ID and keep it as key column and check all of this. Then maybe I can add here a concatenate formula. So I'm gonna include this one. It's an optional, so you can customize your own employee ID. I'm gonna just include the name, then comma, then I can put dash on it, then comma. So whatever is the name plus the unique ID, that is the employee ID. So this is my choice only. So you can have an option for another one. Okay, then update behavior, it will be editable, is blank. If this is blank, then this is editable. It's row the employee. All right. And then keep it as a text and QR code, keep it as an image. And then we're gonna apply here a formula in QR code. So we're gonna use this formula concatenate and then the Google Chart API. And then here is the size. So I don't want size 5. So I'm gonna just change it to 400 by 400, let's say. Then here in code URL, the last part is which columns you want to generate the QR code based on. So I'm gonna just generate using employee ID. So anyway, I will also include this in the description for your reference, this formula for QR code. Hit save and then let's go to the UX. Let's create a new view, stop list. Then I'm gonna just name this same. So this is the database. So I'm gonna keep it a deck view and reference view. I don't want to show it because we're gonna create an icon. Then main image, QR code, so employee name, then the ID and none. So this is the stuff, show action bar, no need. And then go to the behavior, copy this. So since we already keep it as a reference view, we need to create a new action, then home, stuff list, and go to another view within this app option, then paste the one that you copied. Then appearance, I'm gonna just change it to icon like this and hit save. So when you go to our app, you can see now an icon here. So we have an icon here. So this is the stop list. So let's try to generate a PDF. So let's say stop list. Let's create a PDF, I mean QR code, guys. So let's say this name is Joe. So name Joe, it's already automatically created employee ID and also the QR code. You can just hit save. Let's add another one. Let's say Mark. It automatically generates the QR code and hit save. So I wanted to do like to disable this because it will be auto save, auto upload also. All right, since we added the stop list. So the next thing we're gonna do is to add the remaining one, which is the time in, time out, and download time card. So to do that, let's go back to our database and add a table, which is time. I'm gonna name this table as time in. Just a second. It's okay. Okay, then I'm gonna add another table, which is I'm gonna name this as timeout also. Time in, time out. So I'm gonna rename this. Okay. Rename. Then my internet is dropping down, so just stay in the line. So I'm gonna give it as time. Oh, okay. It's dropping, guys. Just a second. Time out. Just want to make sure. Okay. Then I'm gonna add here download, download time card. So these are the remaining that we need to add in admin access. So here in the time in, I'm gonna just have here the date, date in, then date time in, then name, then login ID. This is the key column. Then what we're gonna do here is the employee ID. So the reason why we're gonna put the employee ID at the end because our app is an autosave. All right. So I'm just gonna just delete the rest of the column. So take note, guys. This number of column is based on the stop list. here in the staff profile. So let's say in the staff here you have like a photo or a position, so you have to add all here. Okay. So then I will just copy this column and paste it in timeout, and then I'm gonna just simply replace this time date in by date out, then time in by time out, an ID with logout ID, and that's all. Then the rest I'm gonna just delete the rest of the column, and later on we're gonna upload this in the AppSheet. Now no time card, so I'm gonna just format this two into date. So here is the date from, so date to, then employee ID. So here I'm gonna just format this as text and then delete these things and here. So in time in, this column, I'm gonna format this as date, and then this I'm gonna format as a time before we upload it in the timesheet, I mean in the app sheet. Same goes here. I'm gonna format this as date. Then here we're gonna format this as time. Then we are done for that. Then let's upload this in AppSheet. So what's the name? So over here, you can upload the three tables. So first thing we can upload is the time in. Okay, so time in. Then second, we can upload the timeout. Then okay. Then the last one we can upload is the download timesheet or download time card. Okay. Then in this case, make sure it's only updates. All right. Then add this table. Okay. First thing that we're gonna do is to view the columns of time in. So here, AppSheet automatically generate a formula. So I'm gonna just instead of initial value, I'm gonna put it here, and also the time in. I'm gonna put it here. Then I'm gonna use the long date format, and I want to ignore the seconds. And the name, keep it as a text. And here, we can apply a formula in the name. Whenever they scan the QR code, it automatically generates the name. So select. Then the table is staff list, column name, a comma, we're in each row, the employee ID is equals to employee ID. Okay. So if it's green, I will just copy this and then I will go to timeout to cut the time. I'm gonna just keep it the text and I will just paste it here. And let's go back later on. So let's go back to our time in, and then our login ID. This is the our key column. So all right. So in the stuff, please make sure you check this also to label the employee ID. And then here, login ID is the key column. I'm gonna keep label the name. Then in the login ID, this is the unique ID. We'll keep it like that. But we're gonna apply here an editable expression. So this is editable, it's blank, then each row dot login ID. Okay, and then hit save. Then employee ID, keep it as a text, and then make sure you check all of these things they require. Then scroll here and make sure you check there is a check for scan in the employee ID. Then once we're done for that, let's review the timeout also. So whatever time in settings will be the same. So here, AppSheet automatically generates an initial value, but instead we're gonna put it here in app formula. And I use long date format. And here, then I'm gonna just use inner seconds, and then same goes to logout ID. I'm gonna keep it as unique ID. So this will be is blank this row dot dot ID auto compute. There is a unique ID already, so we'll keep it like that. Then employee, make sure first you all check this. Then scroll here, make sure in timeout scan is checked. Okay, once we're done for that, then let's proceed to our download time card. So in download time card, we have to remove all the formulas here. Okay, then we're gonna put all require. Then here date from, I'm gonna use long date format. Then over here also long date format. And employee ID, I'm gonna keep it as reference. Then use stuff please. Okay, and I want to keep it in drop down. Then we're gonna add here a virtual column. Uh, so this is employee name. So whenever the user put the employee ID, it will system will give the name. So this is select. So same goes. We're gonna have this. Maybe I copied it. So any select staff list column name, then comma within this row the employee ID is equals to employee ID. Okay, all good. Save it and keep it as a text. Then let's create our view. So first view that we're gonna create is time in, which is this one, time in, time out. Then I'm gonna keep it as a table and sort it by date in descending. Then keep it in reference view. So I'm gonna name this as time in. Okay. And then here, column order, you can arrange the column. So let's say I'm gonna first keep the employee ID name, or login ID is the date in, then time in, then last is login ID. Okay, then keep it in reference, then go to behavior, copy this uplink, and go to behavior and create new action. So home, select, go to another view within this app, paste that one, and save. And appearance, calendar maybe we're gonna use. So I'm gonna use this for example. So this one is time in. Okay, go back to UX, new view, then this time we're gonna make for timeout. Then keep it in table, sort it by date out, then column order. Let's say I'm gonna employee ID first, then name, then let's say date out, then timeout, then logout ID. So keep it in reference, and then once you keep it like that, copy the uplink, go to behavior, create new action, home. So name this as timeout. Then there is an option here, go to another view within this app, paste this, and change the icon. So I'm gonna use the calendar icon. I'm gonna use this. Then once you're done for that, we have to create another view, which is now for download time card. So this is download time card. Keep it in detail view and reference, then column order. So let's say employee name first, then date from, date to, then last is the employee ID. Keep it in reference, and behavior, you copy this, go to behavior and create the action. So I'm gonna name this as download time card. Go to another view within this app and paste the link that you copy. Then appearance, I'm gonna use the icon PDF and hit save. So we are good now. Let's refresh the application. So if you also see it here, that in admin access, we are already completed. So next we're gonna do is to create this clock in and clock out. All right. So let's go back to our UX, create a new view. This time, choose time in and title this as clock in, and make sure you click it as a form view. And here is the column order. So we wanted to have the login ID first, then the name, then date in, time in. Make sure the last column is the employee ID. Then here, make sure you auto save and auto reopen, and then the display will keep it as a clock icon. I'm gonna use this and I want to keep it in the leftmost. Okay. Then second, we have to create another view which is now for timeout and name this as clock out. Keep it as a form and then left, and after that column order will be the same. Logout ID first, name, then date out, timeout, then last is the employee ID. Enable this autosave and change the icon, and good to go. Then once we hit save, we should have a similar application like this. So let's view our application in mobile. So in mobile, it's already here, clock in. So there is an icon here to click if you want to scan. Then also in clock out, an icon here that we have to scan. All right. Then here, admin access, it's all complete. So what is next thing we're gonna do? If you see in my application in plugin, you cannot see the save button because this one is an auto save. So we don't want them to click save. So here also nothing. So what we're gonna do is we have to hide the save button in both clock in and clock out. All right, so what we're gonna do is go to localize, UX, then localize, look for the name save. Click this and apply a formula. The formula for that is if in, then context, um, double quote, then view, then comma, then we're gonna use the expression list. So, and then double quote. So this view, so if it's clock in, then comma, then clock out, then close this, comma. So if this is the view, then we keep it empty. Otherwise, we keep it save. Okay. So this is the formula for to hide the save button. Okay. Hit save. Once we save, it should hide the save button. So we are done for that. As you can see, plug in. When they press this, it opens the camera scanner, and then clock out. When they press this, it's open the camera scanner. So now what we're gonna do, how we're gonna download the individual timesheet. So let's go back to our database and create a new table. I'm gonna rename this table as combined report. So here I'm gonna just merge this three. I'm gonna name this as, this is the filter. And then I'm gonna put here date from, date to, then this is the employee ID. Then I'm gonna just format this to into date type. Then here I'm gonna format this as a text type. And over here in time in, I can just simply copy this and go to combine report and paste it here. So I'm gonna just merge this, and this is for time in. Same goes to time out. Just copy this, paste it here, and I'm gonna just merge this. And then this is for time out. So I'm gonna put some, okay, I'm gonna put some color coding here. So I'm gonna just put, let's say this. So for timeout, I'm gonna just put something like this, for example. Then the rest, I'm gonna just delete the rest of the columns, which is no use. Okay. And then what we're gonna do next, in filter side, we're gonna just put an equal sign and go to download time card, which is we uploaded in the AppSheet, and use A2. Same goes here, equal sign, go to download time card and put B2. And same goes here, equal sign, combine report, download time card, I mean C2. Okay. And here we're gonna apply here formula, which is it equals to sort. We're gonna sort it, then filter, then we're gonna filter first time in. So we're gonna just put, the reason why I put date in the beginning, because I'm gonna sort it in by date. So make sure you put date in the beginning of your first column. Now remove this, copy the comma, this highlight this and remove this. This one is more than or equals. Go back to combine report to date from. Then comma again, go back to time in, same here, date in, remove this number, and then this time is less than or equals, go back to combine report, and this. Comma again, go back to type in, this time is the employee ID column, remove this, which is put an equal sign, go back to combine report and press this and hit enter. Okay. Then also here, we're gonna apply, I mean here, we're gonna apply same formula. So equals sort filter. We're gonna filter this time the timeout. So we're gonna filter all of this and remove this to make it infinite. Then same date out, remove this is more than or equals to this. Come again, come back to timeout. Same, this one, this time less than or equals to this, comma again, go back to timeout, employee ID, then you put an equal sign to this, and then that is good to go. Now let's try to add some data in our app sheet. Okay, so let's say since I'm not using a mobile, I'm gonna just copy the QR code. This is to test if our app is in autosave. So and copy this, and I'm gonna just refresh it. Then let's do a clock in. When I paste this, it should be automatically saved. This is for Joe. Then I'm gonna go for a clock out. So please take note, if you're using a scanner, it is not look like this. Yeah, so it's look like this. Just click this and scan the QR code, and it's automatically saved. We're just adding a data, and also let's say we're gonna clock in again with the same stuff. Then we're gonna clock out with the same stuff just to add the data. So I'm gonna clock out. Let's say I'm gonna clock out with the different stuff. Let's say Mark. I'm gonna just copy the employee ID, clock in. So what we're doing now is we are uh, putting a data in our spreadsheet. So clock out, and I think that's enough. Okay, so we have now a sample data here. If you go to time in, so we have here the time in for Joe, and time out, we have time out for Joe and Mark as well. So what we're gonna do in our download time card, so let's say I'm gonna put a date here, September 1st to 30 of September, and then what is the employee ID of let's say the employee ID of Joe is this one. I'm gonna just copy this, and I'm gonna paste it here. So what will happen is in our combined report, it's generated here. Okay. So we did not time out. Okay, it's generated here. So go back to combined report. So I'm not sure why it's not coming. So B6, so A2, there should be in timeout, should be also combined by, okay. So let's format this, let's say plain text. Also this one. Okay. Here we have to redo the formula. I'm not sure why it's not coming here. It should be A2 to E timeout, B3, then E2 to E is equals to, okay guys. So we have a mistake here. So this one, E2 to E is equals to C2 only. That's mainly the reason why. Okay, let's redo this. So let's equals to sort, filter, filter timeout. So we're gonna filter all of this, remove this number, then we're in date out, remove the number, is more than or equals to this, then comma, and then timeout again, and this is less than or equals to this, comma, and then go back to timeout, and this employee ID up to the end is equals to this, and then all good. So that's why. As you can see, it's coming here. So the next thing we're gonna do in download time card, if I'm gonna just change this to 25 SEP, and here in combined report, it automatically adjust the date also. Then second thing, we're gonna create a time card form. So in time card form, we're gonna just make it simple. So we're gonna put date from, date to, then here maybe here down, I'm gonna just merge this and merge this. Then, and this is for, let's say for, okay, this is for in and this is for out. I'm gonna just adjust the size. Okay. Then here is, let's say this is the, the name or the employee name. Then here this is the employee ID. Okay. Then I'm gonna just merge this, then adjust this. Okay. Then here, let's say this is the, this is the title. So up to, let's say here, gonna merge. So this is the time card report. All right. Let's make it a little bigger, and that's it. Then we're gonna just remove the rest of the unused columns. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, we can put an equal sign. This, so date from is equals to, go to combine report and click this, and this one is equals to this, and employee name, you have to go put equal sign, go to combine report. So we're gonna just always use the first column here, I mean the first row. So and also here is equals to employee ID, this one. And over here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use an equal sign here and sort. We're gonna use the query function. Then we're gonna query this combined report from here up to down. So we're gonna remove this M1616. Then we're gonna use the select expression, guys. Select. So since we need this date in and time in, so choose D, E. Then in time out, it's I and J. So I and J. Then put this and close the function, and all good. As you can see, it's generated here. All right. Then what we're gonna do next, since we cannot share this whole database, we're gonna go to our what do you call this? To our drive and create a new Google Sheet. Okay, so what I will do to make it faster, I'm gonna just copy copy this and then go back to my drive. Then I'm gonna just paste format only. Okay, paste. So it doesn't allow me to paste a format. Not sure why. So I'm gonna just, okay, forget it. So I'm gonna just copy this URL, which is for time card form. Copy this and go to the one that you created. I'm gonna name this as, let's say, time card report. So time card report. Okay. Then I'm gonna just use equal sign here, import range. So you can just put double quote here and paste the link, the URL that we copied, then comma, then double quote. So in this case, what is the table name in the spreadsheet? So the table name is time card form. So go back there, and the range is A1 to F. Okay, so go back there. So time card form, then the range is A1 to F. Then double quote, then close the function, hit enter. then it will give you a ref, then allow access. Here we go, guys. So here we're gonna just merge this. Okay, I'm gonna just merge. Then first thing, I'm gonna just keep it like that. Then I'm gonna just remove the rest of the extra column. So here, I'm gonna just keep it. So basically, we're gonna arrange this accordingly. You can put some colors also and keep it bold. Okay, let's say I'm gonna put a color here. Okay, so here and time in, and say I'm gonna just put yellow here and I'm gonna merge this. So let's say I'm gonna increase the size of this. Okay, so this is the uh, and then we're gonna just view, show, do not show the formula bar, and then the grid lines because we're gonna export this in PDF. So then we're gonna copy this and go back the link and then go back to our app editor. Where is our app editor? We're gonna minimize this and go back to our app editor. Go to the behavior, new action, select download time card. Then I'm gonna just put here click to download report. Then over here, choose go to a website and paste a double quote here. Then since we're gonna export this in PDF, if you're using a what you call this a desktop, so much better we can just edit this so we can replace the last letters. So we can just keep it export question mark, then format is equals to PDF. So when we are using um, let's say a PC, we can download it automatically. So when it like that and hit save, launch external, then appearance, I'm gonna use PDF format, looks like that. Once we save, so now we can close the sum of this. So this one I can close now. Okay. Then if you go to a download time card here, so here you can have an option to employee ID. So this employee ID should be editable. So let's go back to download time card and no, the key column should be row key. Okay, and hit save. I mean row number. So now when we download the time card, let's say we download the time card and edit this, if I change the name to Mark, it's changed accordingly, guys. So I want to download, let's say for Mark. So once I hit save and then click the report, it will open automatically. It will download automatically the PDF format. So if you're using a mobile, you can watch my first video, the part one. You can still export it by following the instruction in part one. You can export it in. Okay, so this is for Mark. Time card report. So this is the in, and this is the out. Okay, so here we forgot to put. Maybe we can insert here. Insert one row above. Maybe date time. You forget to put date, time. So let's try again and close this. Let's do that here. So let's download, let's say for Mark. So it's already there. You can just download it. This is the time card. So now there's a date and time here. So this is how you're gonna download the report. So if you're using a mobile, it will be also a different view. Okay. So this is how it's look like. So if you learn something in this video, I believe this is the end of the video. If you learned something in this video, please don't forget to subscribe or comment also if you have any questions. And also you need to watch the part one for you to understand how this application works. All right. So thank you so much and see you next time in my next video.